So, North Korea's state-run media has released a report this morning about the regime's firing the previous day of 2 short-range missiles into the East Sea. It said the launch was conducted to warn South Korea against an upcoming joint military exercise with the United States, adding Kim Jong-un himself oversaw the tests. For more on this, we have our Unification Ministry correspondent Oh Jung-hee on the line. Jung-hee, fill us in about what we are hearing today.
Mark, we have to note the fact that Pyongyang's state-run media clearly stated and emphasized that yesterday's missile launch was an intended show of force. It's really the first time we've seen an expression like that in a North Korean report since things began to thaw on the Korean Peninsula last year. The North Korean Central News Agency says North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was satisfied to have confirmed the power of the tactical guided weapons, saying they're not easy to defend against. The agency says the missile launch was to send a direct warning to the South Korean military for planning to go ahead with a joint military exercise with the U.S. despite continued messages from the North. Pyongyang seems confident that the missile launch would have, quote, inflicted insecurity for some, which could include the United States as well, but the North mainly took aim at South Korea for showing a contradictory attitude of forming a conciliatory mood between North Korea and the U.S., but at the same time organizing hostile military exercises and adopting powerful weapons. The North says that South Korea should not ignore the warnings from Pyongyang.
Okay, so some pretty strong words there from the North Korean regime. So after the North fired these missiles into the East Sea, South Korea held a National Security Council meeting yesterday. It was regularly scheduled anyway. But what was Seoul's assessment on what exactly these projectiles were?
Well, it's hard to find them as, quote, a new type of short-range ballistic missile, and that is a big difference from the previous missile launch we saw in May when South Korea downplayed what the North fired, describing them as just short-range missiles. Though the assessment will be finalized after further analysis by Seoul and Washington, if the missiles are confirmed to be of the ballistic variety, the launches would be regarded as a clear violation of UN Security Council resolutions, and the North could face additional international sanctions. It would also be considered a breach of the military agreement signed by the two Koreas last year. Seoul's National Security Council also expressed concerns regarding the regime's unexpected action, which makes reducing military tensions on the Korean Peninsula even more complicated. Mark.